What's going on, everyone? Derek here today, bringing you a 2008 C6 Corvette review. This Corvette actually belongs to my buddy Mike, and he's owned it for about a month now, and all I can say is he got this car for an absolute steal. When he decided to purchase a Corvette, he actually found this on Craigslist. When he went to go buy it, he thought he was going to be paying about $22,000 for this car. Come to find out, the guy that was selling it was actually going through a divorce, so he let this car go for $15,000, and it has about 79,000 miles on it, and it's an absolute gorgeous condition. While I'm driving this car, I'm still in awe about that. $15,000, and you got a 2008 C6 Corvette. Just mind-blowing. So Chevy actually equipped these cars with a 6.2 liter LS3 small block V8. With the LS3, this car is getting roughly 16 miles per gallon in the city and about 21 miles per gallon on the highway, which isn't too bad if you drive it right, but getting into this car, you just want to go fast, I can tell you. From the factory, these cars are pushing 430 horsepower to the crank and about 425 foot-pounds of torque. So this car in particular isn't stock. This one actually has a mild street cam, and it's pushing about 520 horsepower to the crank. That's the great thing about these LS3 motors, or any L series motors, to be honest with you. When people go to build these cars, all you have to do is change the engine internals, and these things totally wake up. And that's why Corvette is known to be such a powerhouse when it comes to trying to make raw power. So these cars, you have an option. You can get a 6-speed manual transmission or a 6-speed automatic transmission. And Mike over here definitely went the right route, and he got the 6-speed manual. It's nothing like driving a car that has the power with a manual transmission. You're in complete control of the car, and you can shift when you want. But what exactly is so special about the LS3? The three main differences are the high flow cylinder heads, the high flow intake manifold, and a larger bore block. When you buy a Corvette, a necessity for these cars are an exhaust. Now, typically when you see people driving around in Corvettes and they're kind of older, they really don't put exhaust on there, but this one does have an exhaust. It's the stock exhaust, but it actually has a cutout switch. Now, what a cutout switch does is you are actually able to control when the exhaust opens and when it closes up. So right now we have it open, and that's why you can hear the backfiring. If you want to quiet it down, all you have to do is hit the switch, it'll close the exhaust up, and it'll just be like a regular stock sounding car. 0 to 60 in these cars are actually pretty impressive. An average of 4.3 seconds. Pretty impressive when talking about a stock car, and obviously Corvettes are always been known for their speed. One of the main things Corvette is known for is the suspension. The handling on these cars are absolutely amazing. You can take turns going really fast, and the accent won't be sliding out on you because it is rear-wheel drive, but this car actually has a full adjustable suspension, and you can definitely feel it while in the car. It has a low stance as it is, so when you're cruising just going straight, it feels like you're going a lot faster than what you usually are. If you guys have been following my channel, I actually did a review on a 1991 L98 Corvette. I can honestly say when we're talking about the interior, they are very similar, but obviously 17 years later they're going to progress with the interior. When you get into this 2008 C6 and then you get into the 1991 Corvette, you can definitely tell it's a Corvette because it gives off the same atmosphere feeling. It definitely feels like you're in a cockpit and you're very low to the ground, but this one definitely has more room. The 1991 Corvette felt like you're literally jumping into a coffin. With this, you have nice leg room, it sits back nice and low. Absolutely feels great. And the nice leather seats definitely complement the car's color. The white and black color scheme that he has going on with this car, like I said with the 2014 Mustang GT review I did, it really complements the car, and it's growing on me. White and black, I can definitely say it's one of my favorite pairs. Some future plans Mike has for this car, he's thinking about a twin turbo setup or a supercharger setup. Now, the only problem he has with the turbo setup is he doesn't want delay. That's the great thing about a supercharger. If you have power in your car already, like this has, like I said, roughly 520 horsepower, in my opinion, the supercharger is going to be the best bet, because if you stomp on it, the power is going to be instantly there, and if you have the right suspension setup, the right tire setup, this thing's going to hook, and this thing is definitely going to go. Now, if you go to turbo route, you're gonna have a delay like I said, but a twin turbo setup is just gonna be overall nasty. But with that, you're gonna be dumping a lot more money into upgrading your engine internals. And you know, like I said, he got the car for 13 grand, so he has the money to play with. He thought he was gonna be paying about 22,000 for the car. So if he decides to throw a supercharger on this, he's really not gonna need anything else when it comes to performance. Now the other thing he does wanna do is get this car fully wrapped. Thinking of getting this wrapped like a blue color, but it's not set in stone. But all I know is once he throws a supercharger on this thing, it will be reviewed again. I've been talking about Coyote swapping the 2 valve at some point in time, or getting a Z06, and driving this thing really isn't helping me follow that path of Coyote swapping to the 2 valve. But all right, everyone, that's gonna wrap up this 2008 C6 Corvette review. It was such an honor today to drive this Corvette because this is the first time I've driven a 6-speed manual Corvette, and in my previous videos I've always talked about wanting to do so. This really was an experience for me, and this review overall was just super fun to film.
Now look down at how fast you're going.
So if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like for me. Definitely helps me out and definitely helps this video get ranked. If you want to know any other information about the car, feel free to leave a comment. Also, share this review with your Corvette friends or people that would love this review. Send them over to my channel, have them check me out, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button. We are super close to 500 subscribers, and by the time this video is released, to be honest with you, we might be at 500. So thank you for that. And until next time, y'all take care, and I'll see you later.